Welcome to this interaction series for our Breakthrough Curriculum. My name is Alison Heaton and I'm your Primary Science Development Officer, and I'm also part of the Inspire Learning team. I'm delighted to be hosting this STEM session for you today. In this session, I'm going to focus on the employability and STEM partnership working element of the STEM Nation Award programme. The aim for this session is to gain a greater understanding of the employability and STEM partnership working element of the STEM Nation Award. I'll do this by exploring what employability and STEM partnership working might look like in your setting, discuss what evidence you might include in your application, signposting some resources and support, and some advice on completing your application. As with all these interaction sessions, there will be some core input interspersed with reflection questions where you can stop the video and take some time with your colleagues to discuss and reflect. There will also be a follow-up activity for you to complete. In the STEM curriculum self-evaluation tool, which you may have completed already, two areas identified for success in employability and STEM partnership working in your setting. They are working closely with a variety of local partners to design and deliver a STEM curriculum, and making links with DYW, developing the young workforce and promoting positive learning pathways. The STEM Nation Award breaks these down further and identifies the following aspects as important to celebrate effective employability and STEM partnership working in your setting. These include partnership work supporting professional learning and building an understanding of the green industries, STEM workplaces and pathways. Developing employability skills. Delivering STEM activities with your partners. Promoting a range of learning pathways and inspiring learners and their families about STEM. And working with partners to promote positive perceptions of STEM and challenging stereotypes and misconceptions. So what might this look like in your setting? Delivering a wide range of STEM activities through partnerships could include a visit from Generation Science, work with Berwickshire Marine Reserve Rangers, if you're lucky enough to be on the coast, work with Tweed Foundation with their fish project, for instance, or RET, or Field to Fork, or partnerships with local employers. Throughout these activities with your partners, positive perceptions of STEM would be promoted and stereotypes and misconceptions would be challenged. The partnership work also needs to support practitioners with their professional learning. This could include a partnership with CERC, such as having a CERC associate in your school, or developing STEM learning through engagement with their professional learning programme, including their webinars or sending someone to Dunfermline for a course. STEM ambassadors can also be asked to provide CLPL for practitioners. My role as PSDO counts towards this element, engaging with online or in-person CLPL that I offer. Local construction firms who are building new schools in the area, like Morrison's or BAM, are keen to form partnerships with local schools as part of their work. Young STEM leaders from high schools visiting the school and helping practitioners plan STEM activities. And of course, any work with Inspire and your Inspire cluster lead. Working with DYW, developing the young workforce to develop employability skills and hosting career fairs in your school or cluster. The use of online skill resources such as My World of Work and Scientists Just Like Me. STEM ambassador visits can also play a part where they discuss their jobs, the skills they need and their career pathways. Trips out to workplaces such as rep farm visits or visits to local businesses can also play a part in developing employability skills. Now we've looked at what's expected for the employability and STEM partnership working element of the award, it's time to reflect on what your setting is already doing with regards to this element. And what do you think you could start doing in your setting? This could be just a small change. Pause this video while you discuss. The next step is to complete your action plan. I suggest that you complete one for each element as you go through the process. These action plans need to be submitted at the end of the whole process when you are validated for the award. It makes things easier if you complete them as you go. As part of the action plan, you identify the staff involved and the key stakeholders. Look at successful outcomes and asks you to consider the challenges you might face and how you might overcome them. There is also a breakdown in tasks looking at who was responsible, accountable, consulted and informed. As you go through the process and start collecting evidence, then it should be gathered onto the evidence template provided by the STEM Nation Award. You are asked to submit up to 5 slides for each element, and guidance is given on the first few slides. The type of evidence you might include is supporting statements from your STEM partners, partnership agreements if you have them, details of activities and events that have been co-designed and planned with your STEM partners, feedback from learners, families or STEM partners following on from their engagement with the STEM partnership, learner profiles showing development of employability skills, and photographs or links to videos of learners working with your STEM partners. Just take some time to reflect on what evidence you already have. Work that you have previously undertaken prior to applying for the award can be used for evidence. So you might already have photographs, posts on Facebook or X, details of events that you've already held, existing partnership working, work with CIRC, STEM ambassadors or with DYW. Pause this video while you discuss. As you go through the process of collecting evidence for other elements of the award, you'll begin to see that elements are interlinked. You may be able to use the same evidence for more than one element. For example, you might have involved partners in a family STEM learning event in your setting, and this can be used as evidence for both the STEM family learning element, but also the employability and STEM partnership working element of the award. When you've completed the element, you submit your slides and they go to the validator, who uses this validator guidance document. Your application doesn't have to have everything, but it needs to have a good coverage of the range of aspects the validator is looking for. It is a good idea to use the validator guidance to help you when collecting your evidence. There is a lot of support for your setting to achieve this element. Remember that it doesn't have to happen all at once, and you have 3 years to complete all the elements. The STEM Nation Award site is a good place to start, especially the guidance documents. If you'd like to find out more about STEM ambassadors, then there's also a website, and there's also a wealth of information and resources on the SBC STEM Padlet, including my newsletters. All the relevant QR codes are on the screen. As your PSDO, I'm also available to all settings in the borders to help and support you in anything you do with STEM. You just need to email me. To follow up this session, I recommend that you read the STEM Nation Award application guidance and the guidance for validators. Complete your action plan and identify your next steps. If you haven't already, it might be a good time to create a small core team who will have responsibility to coordinate STEM in your school. Then download the evidence template and agree how it's going to be populated and managed. It might be a good idea to have it centrally available and practitioners just add to it as things occur. So, to recap on the purpose of this interaction professional learning video, it was to gain greater understanding of the employability and STEM partnership working element of the STEM Nation Award. I've done this by exploring what employability and STEM partnership working might look like in your setting. I've discussed what evidence you might include in your application. I've signposted some resources and support, and I've given you some guidance on completing your application. Further reading and resources can be found on the support page of the STEM Nation Award website. The QR code is shown on your screen. This video interaction session is part of a new approach we are introducing in an attempt to support all schools and all practitioners across SBC to engage with the same messages and activities, but at an individually convenient time. By providing video content with in-person facilitators in each school, whilst not the same as a full live session, we can achieve widespread learning. Your feedback on how to maximise this approach is valuable. If you have any questions about today's session, please contact the professional learning team on the email address shown below. All that's left to say is good luck with this element, and thank you for your time today. Here's to making a difference to all the lives and learning of our children and young people. Thank you.